All right, everybody. Well, now I want to talk to you about telling your story. See, you've written it down, whether that's on the computer or on a sheet of paper. And maybe that was a difficult task for you, but I guarantee you it will be worth it in the end. But now I want you to refine your story. Yes, I want you to rework your story, not rewrite it, not change it, but I want you to make sure a couple of things are true. Number one, I want you to make sure that it is brief, but that it's not abrupt. In other words, you want to be able to share your story quickly, not abruptly, but quickly. So see if there's any part in your story that it's just kind of overspoken, and try to trim that down. Secondly, I want you to look at your story and make sure you didn't share everything. Sometimes when people are sharing their stories, they get into, details we don't need to know. So let's just give, for instance, if you happen to be someone who the Lord rescued from sexual promiscuity, we don't need you naming names of people that you had committed sexual immorality with. We don't need you naming specific places or things that you did. That would be way too much detail. You see, there are just some things you need to leave out. So you don't have to tell everything. So look in your story. Have you told too much? Do you need to pull out some details and keep it at the 30,000 foot level? Look at your story and make sure you're not telling everything. Thirdly, you really want to make sure you're not bragging on yourself or your past sin, but you're bragging on Jesus. This is a big one for me. You want to make sure Jesus gets the glory, Jesus gets the credit, Jesus gets the fame. In other words, your youth pastor didn't save you. They led you to Jesus. Jesus saved you. You didn't save yourself. Jesus saved you. So you want to make sure you really are making much of Jesus in this story. I would say if there's ever an area that you need to overwrite about when Jesus rescued you and make sure that you're bragging on Him. Finally, I would just say, as you read through your story, make sure you're giving God the glory. In other words, this is God's story. He's the hero, not you. He's the king, not you. He's the Savior, not you. And so we want to make sure that our stories are pointing everyone to God, to His glory, to His worth, to His beauty. So as you look over your story, simply make sure that it is giving God the proper glory. So spend some time now refining your story, looking over those 4 points that you mapped out, your life before Christ, when you met Jesus, what changed and what is God doing lately. And as you look over that story, just refine it, just sharpen it up, and make sure that this story is succinct, to the point, and powerful.